Sanae Takaichi is set to become Japan's first female prime minister. Now, the 64-year-old was elected leader of Japan's ruling Liberal Democratic Party, putting her on course to become the country's first female prime minister. Now, the new LDP president is likely to succeed Shigeru Ishiba as leader of the world's fourth biggest economy. But her first task will be to unite the very divided LDP. Takaichi says her hero is Margaret Thatcher and is often called Japan's Iron Lady. A former government minister and TV host, and once a drummer in a heavy metal band, she has inherited double trouble with both domestic and international tensions. While she is celebrating what she calls a new era after being elected head of Japan's long-ruling Liberal Democratic Party, a position that effectively ensures her appointment as Prime Minister, she also acknowledged the mountain of work that lies ahead, as she will now face the challenge of leading not only a party struggling to regain vote trust after scandals and battling with the far right, but a country facing low birth rates and rising geopolitical tensions. Now, last month, Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba, whose term lasted just over a year, announced that he would step down after a series of election defeats that saw the LDP governing coalition lose its majority in both chambers of parliament. Now, Takaichi, known for her strong conservative views, is on the verge of losing her party's long-time coalition partner, the Buddhist-backed centrist party Komeito, because of the very same ultra-conservative politics. Those include a revisionist view of Japan's wartime history, and regular visits to the Yasukuni shrine seen as a symbol of militarism, both of which could strain Tokyo's relationship with China and Korea. A protege of the late Shinzo Abe, Takaichi pledged to revive the Abe economics, which is an economics vision of high public spending and cheap borrowing. In fact, she has already previously criticized the Bank of Japan's interest rate increases. Now, such a policy shift would spook investors worried about one of the world's biggest debt loads. Notably, Japan's debt is already above 200% of GDP, and a large share of the budget is consumed by debt servicing and pensions. There is skepticism about whether her economic plans can restore confidence. Takaichi has also raised possibility of redoing an investment deal with US. President Trump has lowered his punishing tariffs in return for Japanese taxpayer-backed investment. In fact, she will face one of her biggest tests when she hosts a possible summit later this month with Trump, as his trip to Asia to attend international conferences is planned. Trump on October 6 congratulated Takaichi in his message on X, calling her the first female prime minister and praising her as a highly respected person of great wisdom and strength. But while she is ever closer to fulfilling her Iron Lady ambition, many women voters don't see her as an advocate for progress. She opposes legislation allowing women to keep their maiden names after marriage, saying it is against tradition. She also opposes same-sex marriage. Now, with so much riding on her, political watchers are now asking, will Takaichi survive the post-Shinzo Abe curse in Japanese politics, which is a new prime minister every year?